Hey, folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another Saturday live stream, and we are doing our second stream of Foundry here. I suspect we may be done with Foundry after today, but it was definitely worth doing another look and delving into a bit more of the mid-game, because I think we're all kind of curious about this bad boy. I certainly am. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing great. I got my, we're working in the factory today, so we got a little bit of a workman's hat over here. I mean, I guess I could get my actual hard hat, but nah, this is going to be fine. I think this is a good vibe for today. How's everybody doing? Started playing Foundry yesterday, Punisher. Oh, nice. So you're probably further ahead than I am then, because we just did the 3 hours on stream, and that was it. Although this morning, what I did do is I did start up the game, and every time I walked by the computer, I just opened up the research screen and started a new research. We burned through a few things. I thought I did one tiny little optimization or two with some of our belting here just to make sure things are going. But mostly we've set up a massive backlog of material ready to be utilized today. Oh, you played for 45 minutes and then you went to bed. Yeah, okay. So maybe we're still a little bit ahead. Although I'm still not the speediest of all the players. Oh, I think I set up an extra burner generator or two over there as well. I think we're sort of just on the limit of our power. But I didn't want to do too much. Mostly just let this progress and see how it goes. Da, 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 da. Just ignore health and safety. I mean, yeah. I mean, we don't need that. You know, health and safety, any of that OSHA stuff. It just gets in the way of a fully functional factory. It gets in the way of us trying to pave the world, I'd say, right? It's a good hat for a foreman. There you go. Yeah, let's read some subs and resubs. And we'll get started. I apologize to anyone who did miss the stream last week that I haven't gotten this up on the YubTubs yet. Been a little distracted this week. Was lax in my duties. So I apologize there. No, Toasty, I don't think you're going to have to watch the first one. First of all, we'll explain the basics of here. And this is still very much the early game. We've just started the earliest part of our tech tree. Most of it last time was honestly the sort of punching trees stage of the game. We basically just moved past the punching trees set of the game, and now we can explore some actual amount of automation, which I'm very hyped about. So we're going to look into that, especially as this piping tech... Oh yeah, I forgot my screen is a little bit mirrored here. The piping tech that we're currently researching up there is going to open up... I'm assuming some interesting new production chains. I'm curious about that. Also, our little goober that's been roaming around wherever he is, our little robot. There he is. He's got an exclamation mark on top of his head for a quest to presumably advance forward in the game somehow. So we'll be doing that. But yeah, let's take a look at the subs and resubs real quick here and see where we're at. Did I close Streamlabs? I guess I did. Streamlabs changed their interface, which kind of threw me for a loop here. But there you go. So who started us off today? It was Liam with their 10th month subscription using their Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, Liam. Triconium is at 50 months, 50. Lazy Boot is at 79. Supernova, one of the true old-timers of the channel, 125 months. Some of us been together. We've had quite the relationship, I guess one could say. Let's just queue up the next tech, whatever that might be. Hey, Greenhouse, that sounds like fun. Let's go and do that. Boom. Giles is at 86 months, taking some time off of looking after Buffy, although it's spelled a little differently. Dan Merloth is at 34 months. Seraph Wing is at 84. Barely a Vector is at 10 months. Iguana Eddie, another 84. We got a couple of, is that 7-year Twitch anniversaries? Math is hard. Sounds about right. Grom the Pouch is at 52 months. 52 months for Grom. Weird Darkness at 61. Abyss of Fuzz is the full deck of cards at 52 months. Ziggity Zigzag is at 64. Those nice powers of 2s. Domboy is at 4 months. Hasten is at 78 months. The Parker's at 10. Danji's at 98 months. Almost a centennial. Kitten's at 66 months. Caven's at 67. And J-Lass just now coming in at 40 months. There's at least 2 more to go for that beautiful answer life, the universe, and everything, huh? Looks like you're taking the Minecraft world apart bit by bit. Yeah, I mean, so this game is voxel based. So, I mean, you can quite clearly see from the mountains over there, which is kind of cool. And we've flattened the terrain a little bit. Mostly we've been paving a whole bunch. Was this always just sandy over here, or is there like some sort of pollution effect that's killing the grass? I don't know. Let's go and talk to our little goober and see what he has to say. C3BB. High voltage power.
Corporate guidelines say we're using suboptimal energy generation methods. Only steam turbines provide maximum efficiency. We need to fix that.
High task. Active task, high voltage power. Build 2 boilers, 2 steam turbines. Okay.
Corporate guidelines say we're using suboptimal energy generation methods. Only steam turbines provide maximum
Sorry,
efficiency.
it repeated when I clicked.
We need to fix that.
Oh, look how much our iron has been mined down here. Look at it go. Huh. Oh, and it did go and mine underneath our little floor pit over here. So that answers that question. I mean, at some point, this area will be emptied out. Now, it's not quite as dire as it looks, because currently, and you can tell by the fact this isn't moving very much, our smelters over here are, well, actually not this one, but I think the others, yeah, are all basically sitting at their full 200 plates. Huge backlog of plates in here. Not to mention, we have a container over here with a bunch more plates, so we're in pretty good shape. That means you can rebuild your miners in the game. Yeah. So we were a little curious about that, like how much would we have to move things around or whatever, but yeah, it's okay. And then I got the other set of miners operating from the other side too. We might still have to move a little because it's possible some of these blocks are out of reach, but we'll deal with that when we get there. So, do we have a category for power generation? No. So presumably the boilers and steam turbines are somewhere in here. Casting machine, pressure smelter, assembler. Again, I've unlocked a bunch of new things because I've just been letting our research go. Oh, maybe we don't have the tech.
Fantastic progress. Incorporating plants and trees into our factory setup not only enhances its aesthetic, but also contributes to a thriving ecosystem. With the greenhouse ready, we can now multiply the seeds we've discovered and embark on planting trees.
Why would we want to plant trees? Why would someone want more trees in the world? That seems insane. What kind of crazy person is suggesting this idea? Is it possible? So again, I don't know where this. You know what? One thing that would be nice is if this were searchable over here. I think that might be very handy. I've unlocked tons of decor stuff, but I don't think we need that. So has the greenhouse been unlocked over here? There it is, greenhouse. So what do I need for this? I need some glass and some pipes. Okay, so probably what we want to do here is we want to start a new production chain for these things, because I suspect we're going to need a whole bunch of these, and it's entirely possible we might be feeding these into more production chains. I mean, certainly glass seems like the sort of thing we'll be using in other things, so it seems like a pretty decent idea. So I guess we'll go over to components and see, what does it take to make glass? Glass recipe. Needs gravel. It's made in a smelter or advanced smelter. I wonder, can we mine gravel? Because I've got some. No, that's stone. Hold on, is there a recipe for gravel? Mineral rocks. So that just leads to further questions. How do we get mineral rocks? I wonder if that's a new thing I have uncovered with our scanner over here. Oh, hold on. I saw mineral rocks over there. Ahaha! Down here. Okay. So, what I'm thinking is we set up a new mining area to start mining out mineral rock. I know I also unlocked concrete. I bet you we use that for that. Oops, should queue up some new research. Biomass farming, sure. Yeah, aren't all rocks minerals? I know. Well, I guess part of it is a lot of what we're digging up here is just dirt, right? As opposed to a more solid stone. Maybe it's, you know, some limestone or something down there. You know what I mean? I'm just flattening this out a little. I think that'll be good enough. Crusher might make gravel. That's a good point. Okay. Let's do another ping here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a foundation block sort of in the middle-ish of the area. It's a little hard to tell. Well, actually, what I guess I need to do is dig down to it. Right? Because our mining drones don't dig down on their own, at least not with our current tech. We still just have the normal mining drone that we started with. And they need to actually be able to see the thing that's involved. Right? If I went and crafted this mining drone, and if I made a little platform over here and stuck it on there, now we're also not going to have any power for it, but right, yeah, no mineable ore blocks in range. So what I'm thinking is we dig deeply and greedily. There you go. So we've got something different showing up now. We might have to put our mining setup down here, because there might be like a vertical range limit for our mining drones. I suspect that might be the case. I wonder if there's a faster way to diggy a deep hole in here. I did go and get one mining speed upgrade. All right. Now, I still assume now, if I were to try to place this, it would still say 0 mineable blocks. That is indeed the case. You're not seeing combat and romance, that's a shame. Oh no, I'm so happy. I hate combat interfering with my factory building. Now, not everyone's the same. And of course, you could add it as an optional feature. Right? Like, I love playing Factorio with the combat set to peaceful mode. But not everyone's the same. I haven't gone back to DSP since they added the combat thing. It's not because I haven't avoided it because of the combat. I just haven't gotten back to it in general. But I am kind of curious about how it feels. So now, presumably what will happen with the mining drones, although I will expose a few more blocks so they can start working in parallel. But if they dig down here, then it's clear they dig sideways after that. Got a new tech finish. High voltage energy grid. All right. We'll research that next. Oh, actually, I guess what I'm going to do... Now, we'll have to run some power down here somehow. But now, if I switch over to this, I think it's a 2x2 area. But... let's say I do this. God, we're going to have to get the stuff out of here and everything. But now if I try to put down the drone miners, there we go. You've got some blocks you're aware of. Great. Oh. Actually, pull this back. Put it there. And then the lineup? No. And what we want to do is ramp up from here, which, oh, actually happens to be lined up with my previous staircase. Good. Oh, it goes, yeah, it only goes up 1 every 2 blocks, so I've got to change my angle of ascent here. I think I have to do more than this too, but hold on. Yeah, because this here's not going to work. That's not going to work. And 2... then getting power somehow. Okay. Good. There we are. I hope I haven't built any that's backwards. It's going to be real annoying to have to redo it. Alright. That's looking relatively okay. Now, I can probably run power down here with like a vertical connection. What do you mean block that? Okay. Oops. So now, let's run this over this way. I mean, we're actually researching the high voltage energy grid now. We could use this as our first test of that as soon as it finishes. You don't even need to dump? Oh, cool. I can just build under my feet. That is good information. Come on, high energy grid. I mean, I can just build the connection over there. And in practice, we're probably going to want to power a large area because I might just do the glass processing here. Maybe I will just do that. So you know what? With the assumption that we're going to be expanding this larger area anyway, let's give ourselves some more real estate to work with. No. It's still pretty far. Okay. Construct. Oh, transformers. Okay. Build a couple of transformers and then some of these grids, because I assume the transformers are probably how we go from the high voltage grid to the low voltage, because this is a low voltage grid here. So let's put a transformer on this end and see what happens. Is this a Minecraft mod pack? No grid connection. Fair. Okay. So let's put the power poles on here. What did it say when I selected it? Aim at closer point to place a power pole. Okay. Sure. But I'm wondering, so I'm going to put it here. Okay, it didn't auto-connect or anything. How do we actually wire them together? I wonder if it has to be on the... Well, I'm assuming I need another transformer over here. I'm just guessing. I wonder if I put a pole on top of it. So first of all, if I do this... then we'll know how this works. Was a tutorial that popped up. I wonder if I can... High voltage energy. In Foundry, there are two different types of power, low and high voltage. This page is about high voltage power. Advanced energy generation machinery generates high voltage power. Oh! Okay, so this is not necessarily maybe just to convert the two. Maybe I have to convert the high voltage. Anyway, advanced energy generating machinery generates high voltage power, which is transported by power poles and power lines. To convert HVP to low voltage power, which is distributed through building blocks, transformer needs to be placed on the according building block foundation. Okay, so I guess I can't upvolt. Even if high voltage power generating machine requires a foundation, they only output their generated power to connect to the HVP grid. Transformers maximum transition rate. Okay, so we don't use this. So I had assumed that sort of Factorio style in other games, that this would be used to connect long distance areas, like these two platforms. But I guess the only thing we go... Power lines seem to be crafted? Okay. I wonder where, but I mean, maybe it still does work, but at this point I'm thinking maybe it's not used for long distance transmission. It is only used to transmit high voltage power from a high voltage source. Stupid trees. Death to trees. Yeah, the steam generators are probably the high voltage, exactly. All right. So this section should now be connected, which means that this should be mining? No power. I might have missed a connection there. Oh, no research, thank you. Power pole, wall mounted, pumps, science packs, tanks. You know what, just do that. We're gonna research all of you. Okay, no power still. Did I miss a block connection? Which is most likely exactly what happened here. I wonder if I missed a vertical block? Sorry, did I? Okay, that one's just an extra one that I didn't need. Aha! I did. There it is. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I sort of fumbled my vertical line. Knowing that you don't have to jump would probably make that a lot easier going forward. There we are. Okay. So we're getting the crushed mineral stuff. I guess I actually do have to bring it up one level higher than this. Because, go away, tree. You're bothering me. Because we're going to have, you know, some sort of platform up here that it's going to have to reach. Okay. There's a block under the output. That's working. That wasn't the issue. We've certainly missed it before, because it's easy to miss. Music is very peaceful. All right. So you're coming up here. This stuff, grab one just to confirm exactly what it is based on our inventory, right? This is mineral rocks, and mineral rocks turns into glass in the smelter. So, and there's also the crusher, which may be as for concrete. So let's start with the smelter, though. Let's get ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, in theory, up to 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Think we need to crush it first? That might be possible. Check it again. Glass. No, that's not glass. Glass. Yeah, glass needs gravel. Gravel needs that. Okay, so we need the crushers first. I wonder if the rate is comparable. I think the times here are the crafting time. They both have a speed of... Well, it doesn't say speed here. Must be based on the recipe. This just said speed of 1. Okay, let me make 1, 2, 3, 4 of these to start off with. Yeah, the 10 seconds, 8 seconds, I think, is the time it takes to craft the machine in my hand, not the time it takes to cycle production. Cyber. That's my assumption. I'm fairly confident that that's the case. Unless I'm wrong, and I'm never wrong, that's what I think the situation is. So we are nearing, I'm sure, to the point where we're going to have to start generating Science Pack 3s, because everything here is starting to look a little green. But we'll finish all the stuff that just needs 1s and 2s. Over here. Okay. Where is the crusher? So I'm going to have the panel facing this way. And I think it needs that. Oh, can you not click and drag this stuff? Like the blocks? That's too bad. You have to choose a recipe? Configure. Oh! Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so just mineral rocks equals gravel. If we feed mineral rocks and xenoferrite or rubble, then we get cement. Also, it can make the xenoferrite ore from xenoferrite or rubble, which is supposed to be more efficient. I suspect the stuff we're pulling out of the ground now is the rubble, and if we crush it, we get a more purified form that maybe works faster or gives us more metal output or something of that nature. But we'll deal with that later. Now let's focus on this. So we're going to do this. We're going to grab the normal loader. There, and there. You guys are configured as 8 intakes. Great. Oh, yeah, so I have to configure you. So gravel, and then shift right mouse button is copy configuration. Shift left mouse button. Paste. Meh. Shift right mouse button, copy configuration. Oh, maybe this only works with the panel open. The Q in the control queue works without the V being open. But maybe because the shift clicking is, you know, such a common action, maybe that is only got a special override while the panel is open. All right, fair enough. Okay, so you guys are now crushing gravel. I could go and put a double length output, or I could output out the front. No, we'll output out the back. I think that'll help keep it clean. Change that in the settings. Cool. I mean, this game does seem to have a fair amount of configuration, which is really great. So, actually, while I have this open, we're going to need more loaders. Let me just do that, but we have enough for this step. Okay. And so for this, we're going to bring you to here. Hey! We now have crushed little rocks. So, I kind of feel like I'm just going to turn a corner, like go 90 degrees here, and have my glass production this way. Just, you know, seems nice. And in theory, sort of ends up flowing the glass in the direction of the rest of our production in some fashion. That might not actually be where we end up routing things later on, but why not, right? We got to pick something. Oh, I need more building blocks. Well, I happen to have binfuls of the shit over here. Whee! Not that one. No, those are the conveyors. Right here. You know what? Grab it all. Bouncy. Yeah, it does automatically kind of pop me up if it would be building a platform where I'm standing. Okay, that's really convenient to know, because I think until now I've tried to navigate things differently. So, now what we're going to want to do is set up our smelters, which look like what? These. Leave a little bit of a gap to walk. Yeah, I think I like that. So you don't have to be configured, because whatever, you just do what your input tells you. I guess I actually don't need that right now, now that I think about it. Although, you know what I might want to do is steps. I think I've unlocked enough cosmetics that I have steps and things. I don't see anything that looks like stairs. Do you? I got doors. I got decorative blocks. Maybe I haven't unlocked stairs, or they're in a different category. They're in... Oh! They're under structures. Okay. I wonder if they transmit power or anything like that. I've unlocked a lot of cosmetics. There are a lot of decor items over here. So, you know, if you actually care about the look of things, which all too often I do not, I'd probably move these stairs because I don't think it's going to be practical for us to walk up and down them over here. Yeah, that's far enough out. I can do this. Yeah. Or what I need to do is extend the platform out a little. Maybe I'll just do that. I should use the Shift F mode here, but... Let me... do that and that. Switch to the stairs. There we are. Okay, that feels good. More research. Research the incinerator. So now, right, we do this and that. You're picking up the gravel and producing, I'm assuming that's glass. Yeah, there you go. It's very fine print, but it does say glass. Okay. So, you really can't click and drag this. 4, 6, 7, 8. Just assuming... I guess we don't get a processing speed until we look at it. Oh, wait. That's 60 a minute. My level 1 belts can only handle, I think it was 120 or 180 a minute? $160 a minute. It's an awkward number, but I guess 3 smelters will fully saturate a single level 1 belt. Anyway. Okay. Can't wait until we get a jetpack or something. We could output 2 belts worth of stuff. That's true, too. All right. We have glass. Now, what are we doing then with this? Well, first of all, what I might be doing is just manually picking up some glass. And crafting... We're working our way towards our power turbines, weren't we? Or is it something else that used the glass? Oh, it's a greenhouse. Derp-a-derp. Well, we have enough glass for it. Now we need pipes. In fact, I might work on the power generation first, but we'll put down a token greenhouse first to figure out how do we feel about that. All right, the pipes. The pipes are calling. Oh, right here. Oh, this needs steel beams. So we need steel smelting. Wasn't it making 12 glass per minute? I think it's making 60 per minute? No, wait. It's 5 seconds processing time. Oh, I wonder if it generates 2 glass per pack. Oh! You know what would be helpful? Is if I looked at the right numbers. Holy shit, it consumes a lot of gravel. So, it actually generates not as much glass. We would need... I don't know how many times 12 goes into 160. So we need more than 10 of these to fully saturate the output. However, right now, we can't consume more than this. Now, that can change. We do have access to level 2 belts. I guess what I'd probably want to do is get a level 2 belt feeding gravel into this whole affair. But let's leave this for now. So yeah, if I want more than 3 smelters for glass, I need more inputs. I could either do the level 2 belts, or I could have 2 input lines, or I could maybe do both, which is maybe a thing. So we'll see. Okay, I kind of want to do the power then. Although, oh, it also needs steel beams. Okay, so no matter what, we're making steel right now. So what's involved in making a steel beam? Xenophyreite, ignium, or blend. Okay, so basically iron plus coal. Now this is only rubble. This is the pre-crushed version of it. It gets made into a crusher. Okay. Is that this stuff? I don't think this is this stuff. I think this is our equivalent of copper. Well, it doesn't actually tell me the name. That actually would be handy. If when you were mousing over things, it would tell you the name of things. Oh, there it is. Technium rods. Yeah. The xenoferrite are the things that are the plates, which is what I thought. I mean, ferrite. Yourself. Sounds like iron. So that's this stuff. And it's the raw stuff. So what we want to do is we want to pull some of the raw stuff off of this, feed it into raw ignium, which is coming over there, feed that all into crushers to get the mixed stuff. Yeah, someone in chat is asking if I follow hockey. I don't really. I'm a bad Canadian. Sometimes for the playoffs, I do come in, and I have a very simple heuristic when it comes to, when two teams are meeting up, deciding which team I will root for. And the first metric right away, it's a very complicated heuristic with a lot of steps involved. But the very first question is, does one of the teams come from a place that gets snow and another team come from a place that doesn't get snow? So if you're asking me who I might prefer currently in the playoffs, which is Florida versus Edmonton, right? Well, that's a pretty easy choice from my point of view. How can I root for a hockey team that comes from a place where it doesn't even snow? It's ludicrous. It's insane. Yeah, and then after that, like, some of the heuristic becomes, was one of the teams Canadian, right? Like the Oilers are Canadians, obviously. But I don't even have to get to that point. It's like, first step, is one of the places from somewhere it snows and another place somewhere it doesn't snow? All right, I'm done. Decision made. So, what we're going to do, anything that doesn't currently get turned into plates, because, we've sort of backfilled, is going to get merged over here onto this. And we're going to, let's extend a little bit, give us some room. And then we're going to run it some more over here. Good stuff. Research, science packs, sure. So we're going to build, we're just going to pave a whole bunch of the world again. So somewhere over here, we're going to set up our steel melting. Smelting. Not melting. I mean, I guess things melt as well, but at some point, we're going to figure out what we're doing with all the stone we keep picking up, but that's a problem for future Quill. Did you say global warming's like a balancer? Yeah, with enough global warming, everywhere is going to be from a place that doesn't snow. So I'm going to have to update my heuristic. Yeah, one of the big things as well is like, well, which team was older, right? If you're one of the original 6 teams, even if you're not Canadian, you might win out against some other things. Vancouver's always tricky to me. They're Canadian, but the weather's too good. So like, it's hard to make it count. That's not true. That's mostly just me being bitter at the fact that they get such nice weather. You want to see the flowchart? Yeah. Yeah, it's just a series of like if then kind of flowcharty statements. All right, let's pave all this. I don't think we need to pave all of it, but okay, that is going to use a lot of building blocks, so maybe I really shouldn't. But let's do that much. Okay, so now we got a big flat square area over here. First thing we need to do is blend this with the ignite into some crushers. So let's bring the ignite over here. Drilling a tree? Yeah, how do you cut down trees? You just drill it, right? I mean, it could be crazier. We could be sitting here punching trees like some sort of monster. I'm going to float there. So what I could do, I think we still have to prioritize the power generation. I think we have to feed the power burners first. So rather than doing a split off here, what I think I'll do, even though it'll use up more belts, is off the back end of this, And I am going to extend it a fair bit so that we have room to put more burners. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do a little U-turn. It'll use a few more belts, but that's okay. Let's give you a little bit of a gap as well so that we've got room to make some changes. And then go off into the distance. Whee! All right. Where are we going? Over there. Quite the ride that we're taking here. If this were Factorio, this would be the place where I'd be like, I should really be doing a train. Now, I don't know what other transportation options there are in this game. Right now, we're just doing conveyor belts. And there may only be conveyor belts. I have no idea. All right, I think what's going to happen... Yeah. I'm curious. I'm betting things don't fall down. But no, 'cause you can totally just have things linger in the air. Trash that. Let's bring this down with a slope. Weird. Normally it auto rotates. Oh, yeah, okay. And then next to this going the other way, some distance. Okay. So slowly but surely, we've got our coal equivalent coming down the belt over here. I recorded a bunch of Planet Crafter yesterday too, so I'm like way into like building factory survival-y kind of games right now. All right, so now we need the Crusher. Sorry, when I say that, is anyone else like into the old like Looney Tunes cartoons? It was like a wrestling thing where Bugs Bunny was entering a wrestling competition, and he had to face the Crusher. Science Pack 3 is unlocked. We're not going to use it right now. Unlock tanks and then walkways. Now, this is going to lead to escalators, which may or may not need green science packs. Tanks apparently don't lead to anything. So we're definitely running out of things that we can do with our current packs. So, smelter. Yeah, I can never find the crusher. We've got a few more. I know I built more than we used. Oh, is this alphabetical? It is. Maybe I didn't build more crushers, because they would be right over here. Hang on. Yeah, there. So definitely didn't have one in inventory. Okay, auto sort does put it alphabetical. I hadn't actually verified that yet. And it could have been, you know, sorting by types and different things. It being alphabetical is going to really help us on these times when we're hunting for things. So, again, the crushers don't seem to need configuration. I'm going to call this one Beverly. And then we'll build Wesley after that. All right, intake. So... Oh, no, you do configure it. Forgot. So you're making the xenoferrite, ignium, ore blend. Makes sense that you configure it because it could be using the inputs for either one of these. It was the smelters that we didn't configure. Okay. Now, I don't have a triple reach output, and even if I did, this side is fully occupied. So I'll probably pull things out the front. So, if we want to make more of the crusher, we need xenoferrite and machine parts. So what we're going to do... I don't know how to grab a stack. I mean, I can click and move it over. Right-clicking doesn't move it. If I control-click, it grabs all of them, which I don't want to do. Now, we can craft machine parts ourselves, but I should probably just go and do this and this. Maybe shift? I'll try shift next time. Wily Coyote is one of your favorite characters. I feel bad for the guy. He just gets abused by this freaking bird. All right. I mean, maybe he brings it on himself. I mean, he's just trying to eat. Poor guy. Starving. Spends all his money buying things from Acme. Oops. Actually, what I should have done is place these with the control cube so that it would copy things. Tank has been researched. There you go, walkways. So unless the escalator also only needs science pack 2s, it will be the last thing we research. 20 a minute. So we can actually have 8 of these to fully saturate an output belt. But it's going to be input starved. So same thing. We might need for the faster belts our import materials. We'll just leave it like this for now. So now we need to do the outputs. So, and then we need to bring it somewhere. So, for steel, do we just feed this into a smelter? Yeah, okay. We just feed it into a smelter. So what I think I'm going to do, even though we could do things like have the smelter pull off these lines and things, I think for various scalabilities and other things, what we're going to do is we're going to go and drag you way out over here. And maybe do a UE. Actually, let's do it the other way around. There's sort of a natural dead end over here. And I could even build a little buffer container, although I don't think that's needed. I just want to do this, a little, let's say a little 2-gapper for us to walk through. And then just turn it around like this. Which is using more material and things we need, but gives us a little bit of flexibility later if we need to make some changes. We've been burned before, right? And this way, what I can do is I can extract from here. I can do splitters and things off of this and still have room to work. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to face our smelters over here. So, smelter here. I don't know if we can even craft advanced smelters. Actually, let me turn... No, you know what? Panels are here, panels are here. We'll have them face each other. That's going to be okay. And then I'll just output it out the back. Or... I could have it wrapped far enough so that the inputs and outputs are in the back. You know what? I should just do that. Yeah. Oops. I accidentally went down on my box select, so that got eaten, but that's okay. All right. Gives us a 2-tile walk. Any multiplayer plan for today? I was kind of hoping we could do more Dota Underlords if that was cool with you guys. I really enjoyed it. Oh yeah, and then finally I remember to use Control Q to copy with settings, and it's really weird to me that it doesn't just work with these. I know they don't have settings, but like you could just copy something with null settings, right? Like why not? I picked up some of this crap a second ago, so let me go and, yeah, just drop you in there. I don't have it in my inventory. Yeah, let's continue it this way. All right. The steel's going to be on that. There it goes. Look at these cute little girders. They're adorable. Okay, that's it. We need green science if we're going to science anything else. So our science is going to be on pause for a little while. Done, done, done. Okay. We're going to want to expand this, I'm sure. But now we officially have some steel production going on. I missed an output? No, we didn't have the double yet. I had to wait to craft some more. Now we're good. It wasn't missed, although it could have been very easy for me to forget to go back and do it again. So, we can pick up a little steel from this for now. You know what? It's probably more convenient if it was going into a bin. So let's go and do that. Not a crate. In fact, I might end up trashing these. Also, I should unload these science packs. They're just taking up inventory space. It's called, there it is. I was gonna say it's called like a logistics container or something. And yes, that's exactly what it's called. All right. Load her up. So now we can have a big buffer over here. Although, I think I will just limit this for now, but it'll make it easy for me to pick up a little for myself if I want. Because these things also fill up quite a bit of a buffer. I'm used to doing this in RimWorld, because normally these things I think they only store up, they store up like 4 cycles of outputs, and they pick up 2 cycles worth of inputs. I can't remember what it is. I did say RimWorld, I meant Factorio. In Factorio, they only store a tiny little bit in their output buffer. Here they store like 200. So we really don't need the buffer bins as much, but it's still kind of convenient to pick that up, especially if I want to be able to pick up more at once. Okay, so now my thing is, if we want to build power, I can now do that. If I remember where it is. So over here, boilers and steam turbines. Our mission is to build 2 of each. Let me queue up 2 boilers. Let's go steam turbines. I don't have anything making electronic components for me yet, which seems maybe insane, but we haven't had a single recipe use it yet, so it doesn't seem like it's too much of an issue. And it's a little weird the color here, because this is what I think of as maybe more like copper. Let me pick up, I don't know, 3 stacks of those. Good. And then 1, 2 steam turbines. Okay. We have the transformers, we have the power poles. I don't have the wall-mounted ones, but theoretically that's okay. Yeah, so let's go drop that science like I was just saying 2 seconds ago. Someone just said that again in chat, but it was like 2 seconds ago I was saying, yeah, we could drop this science. Let me do that to clear up a little bit. Good. And then, yeah, I could drop a bin and just get rid of this biomass and dirt, which I don't know what to do with right now. So I think I will do that. Use one of these crates that aren't doing anything. Try to remember that it's near here. So it's biomass and that. I got these seeds, which until I build the greenhouse can't be used for anything. Okay. So I got the stone too. Oh, I should have dropped the mineral rock and this stuff, but you know what? I'll just drop it in here for now. Yeah. All right. So now the problem is I don't know what to do with the steam turbine and the boiler. What do we boil? Water. Okay, where do I get water? Is there a water pump? I'm assuming. Okay, those. Okay, here's pipes and stuff, which almost are. Oh, there's a pump. And a pipe intake. Okay, let's build a pipe intake, a pump, and then some pipes. We'll need some more steel beams in a second. Have we seen any water? Just pull it out of the ground? Hey, there's another biome over here. Look at that. I mean, I was about to say, I wouldn't expect water to be near the cacti. And yet... Okay, so water's a thing that exists in the game. Can I swim? Am I a robot? I don't see an oxygen meter. Any different minerals over here? I mean, I don't know if I've unlocked new mineral types, so. Oh! I think I might be a robot. Can't remember, but I think I might be a robot. All right, so... Oh, hold on. Aim at a closer point. Yeah. Pipe intakes don't snap to water. Consider dragging a pipe into the water first, or switch to free boil mode. Yeah, because it's snapping on the surface. Although if I go underwater, there's there. Okay. So, we have a pipe intake. So what does the pump do? I mean, there's probably a guide for it. Yeah, okay. Let's go into the information database. Huh. Well, I don't feel like we've got a pipe intake. Draw water and output it to a connected pipe. The pipe intake needs to be fully submerged. It does not need power. What does the pump do? Well, let's just go with pipes for now and see what happens. It's not auto-rotating? Mode straight. Intersections. I have to rotate the axis? If I click and drag, no. Okay. I mean, why not do a 6 intersection? I wonder if it uses more pipe material. It does not. Why wouldn't I just always use a 6 axis anywhere then? If it's smart and sort of auto seals. It just unlocked the tutorial? Did it just unlock a second ago? Pipes and liquids. I guess when I place my first pipe. Pipes are needed for the transportation of liquids and gases. They can only hold one unique type of liquid/gas. There are multiple pipes shapes, straight curves, crossings, that can be toggled. You can use the handheld tablet V to check the contents of the pipe. To load or unload liquids, see now I'm just feeling like I should be playing Stationeers. To load or unload liquids, connect a pipe to a pipe connection point at a machine. There are 3 different types of connections: inputs, red arrows; outputs, green arrows; and bidirectional connections, green cube. Bidirectional means the content will flow in and out depending which side has the higher amount of content. Sometimes mistakes happen and undesired liquids may get into pipes they shouldn't. For this, we have the plumbing tool. Yeah, it literally looks like a plunger, 2 different modes. Either drain a single pipe object or the whole segment. When in doubt, clean the full segment to avoid further issues. Cleaning out pipes in Factorio was always a pain in the ass until they forced it to only ever have a single liquid type now. It was really frustrating, so I kind of appreciate this. In case pipe's not working as intended, use the tablet to analyze the content. Yeah, okay. Pumps. Over distance, throughput of pipes decreases as the rate of flow slows down. Okay. Pumps can be used to create one-way flow direction, for example. I'm assuming it needs to be powered since they are showing it on a platform. Okay. Oh, you can't click and drag this? What if I went back to this mode? Maybe then it allows me to do it. Okay, then it allows me to do it. Okay. Not that I have enough pipes, but that's okay. So, I wonder if this is the closest source of water. I don't, so I'm going directly west. Okay. Reason not to pick the 6 axis because it's not pretty. Yeah. Well, also apparently because you can't click and drag it. So that'll be a big enough reason. I'm going to go and allow more of this to get stored in because I think we need a lot. We're clearly going to want automated pipe production. But for now, just make me a shite ton. Now, I could generate the power out there, I suppose. I guess that's true. And then just run pipes over. I am partially wondering if there's more of the process that is going to need water. But I guess for now, Let's build a power substation here. Can't use this to delete dirt, huh? No, I don't. I wonder if there's a bulk drill later level. Yeah, the 6 thing would definitely not let you run 2 different liquid types of pipes side by side because they'd want to blend. It could be bad. Explosives. I did unlock explosives. Maybe I should use. I'm sorry, this is a different type of dirt. This is rocky desert dirt. All right. Okay. So. Oh, we probably need fuel for this. Okay, there's my pop-up for the turbine. So I guess the second you grab it, you get the pop-up for it. So, fuel items. Resources and maps. Yep, okay, good. This stuff. It's under automation. Okay, seen that. Character customization. Oh, yes. Flashlight. Tablet. Okay. Oh, isn't true. Oh, look at. Oh, my God. Look at the little floating raft. Look to it. Shit, then I wouldn't have to worry about flattening the dirt. Can you dig a channel, get the water closer to the... Actually, that's a great question. Hold on a sec. Yeah, what happens if we do this? Ooh. I wonder if it's possible to drain it. I suspect, because it's voxel-based, they're not calculating water levels or anything. We can probably infinitely channel some water over there. That's almost certainly true. Okay. Boilers and turbines can be used to create power more efficiently, but requires a more complex setup. First, you need a pipe intake at a water source drawn water. Second step, the water needs to be moved to a boiler, which will convert it into steam as soon as it's supplied with burnable items. So it does need the burnable items. Finally, the steam goes to a turbine, which generates high voltage power. Okay. So we still have the issue of either we drag the water all the way towards our base, or we drag the ignium all the way over here. Now, this ping, we didn't find another source of ignium nearby, did we? Ignium ore, that's the one I'm already mining over there. Okay, yeah, that is it. So yeah, I mean, no matter what, we end up building a long run something. I kind of feel like what I want to do, since it's conveyor belts basically use less material. Well, it's sort of a mix, because this is steel beams. Let's use a few things. I don't know. I'm going to say conveyors use fewer materials. I'm thinking about conveying the ignium out here. So I think that's the idea, especially since I can go and grab a ton of conveyor belts from a bin. So that's going to be the plan. I think we're going to increase our ignium mining as well, since we're using it for more things now. I think I only have one miner operating for the ignium, so that kind of makes sense. Okay, shift does grab a stack. Okay, let's grab those for now. Yeah, I guess, yeah, if I dug a canal, or just sent a pipe, well, again, with the pumps, we might need more. If I canaled all the way over here, then I wouldn't have to worry about the power transmission or anything, but digging that out seems like work. Yes, yeah, I only have the one mining setup currently. Invalid copy target. Oh. Although I guess I don't need another block. Alright. More of that. And maybe... What does it take to build the tier 2 conveyors? Oh, it's not bad at all. I wonder if I can just replace one with the other. Why is every factory game just an eco-terror simulator? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh. It tries to replace the entire thing. That's cool. Okay, control only targeted one. Okay. Because what I want to do... Oh, probably if I put a splitter down, it would redo the logic. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to double speed the belt to there, then put in the tier 2 splitter, which I can totally see. I think it's called the balancer, isn't it? Did I not build it? Oh, it's still being built! That would explain it. Okay, actually, cancel those. Oh, this is slightly annoying. I don't remember. Rebuild, although I don't know. I want it one over. Okay. The easiest thing to do then is to do this. That. Get rid of you. Now, I'll keep using some level 1 belts, like that. And like that. There we go. We can scale up the mining operation a little bit more now. Shit. We've done the thing that is so easy to do in these games, which is you run out of power, so your miners don't work, so you're not feeding more power to your generators. Because we killed this too long. But now it's going to kick back in. All these generators are going to go up. There you go. Our grid's fixed again. Okay. Because what I want to do is I want to do another split and send some power, or send some this material to them. So do this. This is just going to be the level 1 balancer. There. Good. Move this rock. Done. All right. Good. We are going to need a second source of ignium soon, or ignite, or whatever they call it here. Coal. Should just call it coal. Pipe's over there. Well, actually, I could just move the pipe. Be lined up over here. Ooh, actually, let's we're gonna want to bring it down. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, this music's really cool, really chill. To get you the pump. Can you take? Okay, good. I kind of like the idea of the little floating platform, though. Like an oil rig. You know, if we're going to embrace the we're destroying the environment, let's complete the look. I guess, do I have to... There we go. Not a snap the building. Little ramp for us to walk on. That's going to be okay. Bring it to here, and then we'll be ready to convey it downwards. Okay. So let's start by putting the boilers down. Hang on, that's the steam output. Oh, dang it. Can I hop out of the water? I'm trying to hold space bar. Trying to hold forward. Oh, I don't know that I can hop out of the water. I might need to broaden that or put some stairs in. That might be the easiest. That's the... Okay, this is the water input. I wonder if it feeds between these two. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Let's feed water in from this side. No. Select. There we go. Okay. And then type intake. Like, which axis is it? There it is. Okay. Well, I can see water in the pipe. That's good. HVAC technology using old age steam. I mean, the thing is, steam turbines are shockingly efficient. I mean, our nuclear reactors are just steam engines. So it's not insane to consider that this method might still get used later on. Okay. I'm going to route the steam this way. Okay. I mean, first of all, if I have, any random shit on me that can be fed in as that. So presumably you're building up an internal supply of steam. There it is. And then you're going to stop consuming things. Yeah, okay. That's full of steam, ready to explode. Ready to put on a summer sail. So now if we flip to the other side, we got steam turbines. They're big. Big boys. No grid connection. Also no steam yet. Oops. Okay. Steam go. Okay, yeah, so how do I make the power cables? Is it something that I craft, and in which case, where the heck is it? Oh, power lines. So handheld. I'm sure there's a range, which we don't know yet. Too far away. Max range is 15 meters. That's 19 meters. Okay. Now, I'm sure what I'm going to wish is that this thing had sort of Factorio style. Oops. An auto connect tool. Maybe there is one. That's 15.07 meters. Ah! Of course it is. All right, fine. I'll just... It didn't auto-connect. I was hoping maybe if it was in range and I had the material that it would. Okay. Now you're connected, which is great. There you go. Now, what about you? You are not. Can I chain these together? Oh my god. I hate this game now. This is really annoying. I don't appreciate this. So what I need is something like this. I'll put you there. And then maybe this, and then you know what? We can get rid of this thing. It does give me my power line back, which is nice. Huh? He's blocked. Oh, this one's missing foundation? The entire thing needed the foundation. I mean, that's only problem number one. No grid connection. But you can't reach this from here.
Hello from Calgary. We have a broken water transmission line, so the whole city is on water restrictions.
Oh, crap.
So I am hoping my veg garden doesn't die. Don't get to watch live often, but still happy to watch on VOD. Keep it up.
Who dat? Jared! Hey, thank you very much! Man, I hope your water gets fixed soon. Okay, just want to make sure this was demolishing the right thing. So now, if I try to put you here, okay. Yeah, you've reached your maximum number of connections. I guess that's fine. And then you're going to connect there and there. Okay, so both of my turbines are now connected to the grid. You don't chain steam? Oh no! Really? You're chaining though, right? You're missing fuel, but yeah. So the water from these two are chaining together. The steam between these two is not. So what we want to do is we want to change the orientation of this setup. More of metal platforms here, because I think I'm gonna have to build them straight this way. Like, okay, they won't have a full foundation. Yeah, but they're gonna need this, and then we can run the steam pipe this way. I suppose. Go get a shed load of foundations. Oops. Well, it's a little deeper than I expected. This better generate a F-ton of power to justify the non-chaining power lines. The rest of it is fine. I mean, it's a little annoying that they don't chain the steam, but you know, okay, fine. That's not necessarily the end of the world. But having to place down each power pole and guess the correct distance and then chain the power together, it feels awful. Right, and then the foundation. Okay, so you're all foundationified now. Yeah. So now you need to be connected to a grid. Now you're connected to a grid. So now you're happy, yeah? Okay. Interestingly enough, the surface we're on isn't being powered right now. If we wanted power on the surface, and we could confirm that because I have a light in my inventory. I can do this. I don't think this light has power. And that indeed seems to be the case. But if I put down a transformer, which is, you know, more than meets the eye, if I did a transformer, say, right here, currently it is dead. But then I can do this, and now all of a sudden, we've got it. And this light is on. There's sounds coming from this, presumably because power is being actively consumed very slowly. High voltage grid. Yeah. So we're using this single pixel of power over here. Sounds about right. Yeah, no, the light's not that bright, but, you know, to be fair, neither are we. Okay. I'm going to look at chat again here. Someone please tell me that I just haven't seen a message from someone telling me a better, saner way to place these power poles. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to switch to the cable, and, oh, maybe the range here is, maybe it's a little longer for these? Hang on. It's possible. No. 16 meters. And I'm gonna like, oh, okay, how far is 16 meters? And then I'm gonna do this. I'm pretty sure this is still too far, but still. And I'm gonna click. It's still too far. And then I'm gonna start swearing, and I'm never gonna want to play this game again, ever, 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 ever. Well, okay, there was a weird thing that I was interpreting as me misclicking. There was a weird thing that I was interpreting as misclicking that maybe isn't the case. All right, good. Like, there has to be something. It seems insane that they wouldn't do that. So if you're holding the cable and you click on one destination, then you can do the other. Okay. Still not the convenience of the click and hold from Factorio, but there is a non-insane behavior. Oh, I need some more power poles. Can I craft them by hand? I'm like, that's what, I'm like, there must be. And I did keep hitting this thing where I was doing this and then doing that and had the pole. I'm like, oh, I've got the wrong thing connected. I don't think I was noticing. Like, if I look up, well, it's hard to see. There. If I move backwards, now I can see the power cable. But I think I was close over here and I kept thinking, oh, I've got the wrong thing selected. I must have misclicked. So I kept assuming that I was making a clicking mistake. All right, this is no longer insane. So now what I'm wondering about, and this is going to be the second time we sort of change our power solution. Do we get rid of these burners, which are only 80% efficient, and instead migrate our power completely over to steam, which is presumably much more efficient? All right, if I drop a transformer right here and do that. Oh, yeah, it is kind of funny there. There you go. I must have clicked the pole first. So I clicked the pole and I try to connect it there. Well, it's working now. Maybe I was too fast and this hadn't morphed in completely. That may have been it. it's a cool little split here. Oh, because they're different transformers. You can see each grid. And this grid here is only consuming, in total, 3 megawatts. Which is less... Not the steam turbine... Oh, the transformer can handle 5 megawatts. The steam turbine isn't creating 3 megawatts. How much can the steam turbine generate? 3.6. So if I just go and get my second steam turbine hooked up, we're gonna have a setup that's gonna generate enough power to supply this entire grid. Because this local grid, actually no, we have enough. This local grid's consuming 3 point and change, and this in theory can create 3.6. I guess what I can do is I can find out if I go ahead and shut down these burners. I might be misinterpreting some numbers, but let's do this. We are strained, which makes sense. Oh no, offline. Oh, there we go, 3.94. How come I'm seeing the 3.3? Oh, the power usage does fluctuate, doesn't it? As machines are enabling and disabling. That's 2.7. Are they splitting the load? I think it's using the local load preferentially. Oh, also I didn't hook up the coal. You're right. That end, they just lost power. They ran for a split second and then died because they ran out of literal steam. Thank you. How do I get the coal in here? I don't think the grabber will work, so I have to grab the coal this way. Not really, I think, what I would have preferred. It's going to interfere with this, too. Oh, that's quite annoying. Ooh. No matter what, I'm going to end up with something kind of ugly that I'm unhappy about. Huh. I mean, I guess I can feed things in over on the ends, but that'll also be awkward. If I pulled the steam back, no, it'd still be an issue because they'd get in each other's way. Yeah, you're probably right. I think the solution is to flip the steam generator and just run it one steam line here. Yeah, that is the solution. Okay. I wonder if they could just, if these could kiss. No, we're still going to want to output to a pipe, I think, for a balancing kind of act. But I'll use the bulk tool after. But what we're going to do here, I mean, I guess it could still be a T-juncture. I'll probably do the 4-way. Couldn't find the pipe, so let me just copy you. Nope. Copy you. Right click, set up a 4-way. Put it there. I think that's aligned. Good. Okay. There's the steam pipe. Build another one of you. We'll just do a little bendy here. Which is really bad in high pressure systems because these are massive failure points, but... So now you're getting your water input, and now what I can do is I can get the coal to come in from the front. close. Because I have to remember that it doesn't come down at a 90-degree angle. I had to clear the terrain. But now we seem okay. I think we go there, and then that looks level to me. Okay. And then we need to grab the coal with our loaders. Chunk, chunk. Right. You have no power currently. Oh, which will be a problem if we ever get a brownout. As long as I feed you any power, then there'll be power to this, which means these are now working. I can see why I talked about batteries. Because we might want to buffer in case anything goes badly. And specifically, I'm assuming the batteries are tied to the local grid. So if the high power generation goes down, which it could, we can do that. The other thing I could do is I could set up a burner here as like an emergency cover that takes in this coal. Like, yeah, as a backup generator. I don't know if we could have it only go on if the high voltage grid goes out. That's a problem previewing the blocks properly underwater, but I guess it's not a huge deal. So anyway, this is now working. So now, I'm going to build a second one of these. Leave a gap so we can walk between and check the panels. So, copy you. It's awfully tight, but I guess it's fine. Oh, did I accidentally? I didn't mean to. Okay. You. Right, no grid connection. That part's still a little annoying. But I guess, okay, you just use the wires. Okay, now that I know just use the wires, it's a lot better. I don't need the power poles on my bar at all. There you go. So both those bad boys are now running. This local transformer is doing that. This other one, let's see how we're doing. My friend and I really enjoyed the series. Hope you do as well. I do think that Foundry is a great game. I don't know if it'll ever replace Factorio for the hours I've spent in it, but it's pretty freaking good. Okay. Shut down. Yeah, it's saying energy grid online. It's not saying strained anymore. There we go. And then grid stats. There we are. We're not using our full capacity, which is nice. And so in theory, what I'm assuming then, this high voltage grid might not have a limit for how many megawatts it can carry. Our limiting factor simply becomes how many megawatts we can step down from the high voltage to the low voltage. Missed that word earlier. I was trying to say step up for the high voltage and I couldn't find it in my brain. And now what we might want to do is remove all these little connections between my low voltage areas and instead just set up more transformers. Second boiler junction missing a key junction for the steam out. Oh, thank you. So we're operating all this off of one boiler. Or are we? No, because these chained is what it looked like. I think... Oh, no, I see what you mean. Yep. Right here. There it is. There we go. So now we're using both boilers. Could I have confirmed that on the display? I guess it wouldn't have been consuming fuel. Because it was never consuming its steam. It would have been sitting at 500 liters of steam and never actually consuming it, and so the fuel would have been static. Okay. And these things are very obviously spinning, and therefore consuming power because they're consumed there, and they wouldn't be spinning if they weren't getting steam input, so they're all good. It's interesting that they need a platform, even though they don't use the power of the local grid. I mean, it's fine, I'm not complaining. But so far, everything that's needed to be on a platform is because they've needed power, it felt like. But maybe they just need to be, stable and bolted down. Although, to be fair, they're sort of mostly just floating in this particular situation. Okay, so in theory, we can go and talk to our little robot and finish this quest, because I thought our quest was build 2 boilers, build 2 turbines. Took a while to get it set up, but if I can't find the little critter, we can just summon him from our machine. Oh, there he is. And yep, question mark is up. Hello.
We are now compliant with the guidelines. Great work, team. BB, do you have any updates on Mission Command?
What the heck is Olimite?
What? How can the analysis say that the Mission Command space station was destroyed nearly 32 years ago? How can that be? Why has our drop pod only launched just now? You need to continue digging through the archives.
Build 4 pump jacks.
Right.
I guess Olimite
This
might be
moon has
oil?
been chosen for the Foundry initiative because it's not only rich in minerals, but it's also full of a liquid resource called Olimite. This sticky liquid can be refined into the various chemical products we're going to need. We should find some and drill it up.
There's that TV tropes. It's like call a rabbit a smearp. Yeah, there we go. I was just Googling it. Like, they can't just call it coal and steel and copper. No, we gotta, and oil. We gotta come up with weird alien-y names for it. Build 4 pump jacks. And we do have the tech. Oh, basic Olimite processing. Oh, no, we don't. Okay, so our actual mission here is get our Science Pack 3s up and running. That's what we need to do currently. And then we can research the oil. All right, well, we have a very clear goal. Build Science Pack 3s, which we haven't done a single one of yet. And presumably, we're going to have to feed it to our research labs over here. Probably what I'll do is I'll feed it in through the back over here, or we'll move the research somewhere else entirely. Oleum. Petroleum. Oh, that's funny. Petroleum. Yeah, I see it. Oleum. So if I open up the crafting screen and we go to Science Pack 3s, advanced machinery parts, which we don't build, concrete, which we don't build, pipes, which we don't currently build in any automated way. Well, the concrete, we can go and build where we're doing our mineral stuff, the same place where we're producing glass and currently not using it. I'm going to say step 1, we do concrete. The concrete itself... Oh, shit! It needs cement, gravel, and water. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, man, that's a much more complicated production chain. Probably still fine to do first. Wait, was it concrete or cement? It is concrete, which needs cement. Okay, so I can make the cement that way, which is where we are getting our mineral rocks. Although we also need the xenoferrite or rubble. Is it bus time? Is it time to build a bus? Which is not going to be anywhere near as convenient. Like the thing, the whole, like having to flatten some of this terrain. Okay, where are these explosives? Oh shit. Well, I could actually, hold on. What can we do with explosives? Is it technium? other thing I needed? Biomass. Just the trees. All right. Thing go boom. This item cannot be equipped. Oh, what? Precursor item for remotely detonated charges. Handheld, maybe. Oh, explosive detonator. So presumably I build one of those. And then some explosive charges. Okay. So yeah, but what I mean by a bus is a place where basically we'd have multiple lines of all of our raw goods, all in the same area, going the same direction, and then you pull some off to fabricate stuff, and maybe you're making intermediary products, which are then coming around back onto the bus, which just feels like it would be so much tedious work to build in here. And this is the issue I get with these 3D factory building games, where I'm like, I don't know, man. Especially as sort of like a live streaming kind of experience. Very different from just playing on your own and having fun fiddling with things while you've got Netflix or something playing on the video here. Like, how long is it going to take me to set that up? But we're going to try the explosives first. Yeah, you're right. We could just elevate it quite highly. Like above the tree line. That's interesting. But let's see what a boom feels like first. Okay, we're not getting any kind of radius. I feel like I'm playing Counter-Strike now. As I plant the bomb. I wonder if I can kill myself with this. Like, can I blow myself up accidentally? All right, well, that'll make it much more convenient when we find more underground stuff that we want to work with. Someone set us up the bomb. Exactly. Okay. Skybus idea seems kind of cool. Because rather than building adjacent to our bus, we could literally build underneath it. I mean, I don't think the, what do they call them in here? The balancers? Yeah, they don't come in a variant that's like vertical. That's got some potential. We have this glass we're not using, which we still don't need. I set up this little glass thing. It's like, I don't need it yet. I don't think we use the raw... I'm actually not sure. I was going to say, I don't think we use the raw mineral rocks. No, that's not true. There is for the biomass recipe, although... You combine biomass with mineral rocks and water to produce more biomass. You're converting mineral rocks to biomass. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, that's in the greenhouse. I see. So you can have a self-sustaining loop of biomass as long as you keep inserting the mineral rocks, which is presumably being treated as fertilizer. This is how you automate your biomass production. With just a seed amount of biomass, you can just make as much as you want. Okay, and then cement needs mineral rocks, and the gravel needs mineral rocks. So I was like, maybe you can just crush the mineral rocks into gravel and just bust that. But that's not really the case. I don't suspect that many things need the raw mineral rocks, but maybe we throw it on the bus regardless. You know, if we build out directly in this direction, east, we'll go over the lake. The lake's a nice flat area to work with. We could just pave over the lake. I mean, the lake will still be fine. It'll still be under there. I'm semi-convincing me that that's the way to go. Oh, those are conveyor twos, which maybe we'll need, but we're on a bit of a budget right now. haven't tried this. I wonder if I don't think we can. No. So it would be nice if you could plop the balancer on top of the belts. All right, let's go a second tab bar over here. Conveyor. Slope. I know I'm blocking my stairs here, but that's fine. We weren't really using them. Ooh, that's not gonna... Although I only have to pull back one more tile. I think. I get it snapped the way I wanted it last time. I didn't go into the other snap mode. Now you'll do that way, except what I want to do is remove this. And I just realized that's sloped down, so we want to slope up. I put you on the end here. Sometimes it's pretty good about doing that, and other times it's no good whatsoever. In the research tree, there's something called the freight elevator, but you need the tier 3 tech. Okay. So that probably is a really convenient way to pull things off of our sort of sky bus over here. So, how does this height feel? We might still have to knock down a few really tall trees. Are you not going to... Dang it. Because once I'm on here, then I can extend it, or at least I have in the past. Just want to be able to walk up here. It's... Oh, sometimes it's happy to connect from here. When I'm doing the blocks, it was quite smart about grabbing off the edge. Shit. Because yeah, when I go to free mode, it's still kind of inconvenient. Alright, I guess I gotta do from the ground. Okay, I gotta say, the distance at which I can do this is actually pretty crazy. Yeah, because if I'm using my these, I can go and do this. And it's not just because it's on the ground. Right? If we do some of this. There, see? This one, when you point at the edge of an existing block, it's perfectly happy to extend out sideways. Which is a really nice little quality of life. Really, really, really nice. Whatever they did to make that work for these blocks, they've got to give the same treatment to the conveyor belts. I kind of feel like this is maybe what we have to do. I don't know. If anyone else has got a brilliant idea for how to like organize material, let me know. But and I kind of like the idea of this giant sky highway. But at the same time, I don't feel like this is going to be fun. Oh, I can't even build the block sideways. Ooh. Yeah, so it's not a function of building these blocks. It's a function of pointing at these blocks. So I can make myself a little path next to here. But then I keep having to climb back up again. Am I missing something, or is this really, like, how we've got to live? I mean, I can make myself maybe even an access catwalk. That's one tile below this. So I can sort of tuck in, look at the side of the conveyor belts and work with things. See, now that oops. Right, I can't actually walk on it while it's in the green mode. But as I say, while I'm on there, it's easy to start that drag now. right? If I decide I want to go in another direction in the sky, now that I've got this platform in existence, even branching out that way, right? It's fine. There is supposed to be flight later, right? Or jetpack in here later? People made a mention of that, or maybe they were talking about something like Satisfactory. Because if we do have some sort of like flight hover mode that becomes available, then all of a sudden this becomes trivially easy. Jetpack is awesome. Okay, so jetpack is in the game. And yeah, I gotta say, like, okay, sky platform, kind of fun. And I'm like, right, we have stairs tech as well. I have some still left in my inventory. I wonder if the stairs... no, the stairs suffer from the same problem. So it's literally only this foundation block on a foundation block that lets you do the edge build. I mean, if I could predict the slope, then I could start somewhere down there and build it up. But I can't build it on the edge here and build down. That's the right starting place. At least you don't have enough material. May have to start building these in bulk. Ooh, yeah, I can't edge... Actually, I'm not even sure I can continue this construction without doing this first. Oh, and apparently I didn't actually calculate that right. Although I can make the jump. Safety railings. Maybe I can do single wide if I'm also building safety railings. Okay, here's the I can see myself enjoying this part kind of on my own. I'm worried about pacing for streams. But it is kind of cool. And we might want to include these gaps here because let's say I want to be able to use this gravel or mineral rock somewhere for construction. Currently, the way I would do it is remove a double section, then build this here, which means there needs to be a gap between conveyor belts. And then, yeah, we need more things to work like these blocks. That actually works really conveniently. And then from there, on the other side, what we would be doing is taking the conveyor slope set to down, and then sloping it down. Or up for like way in the sky construction, but mostly down. It's kind of neat. You know what these elevated things are giving me a vibe for? Dyson Sphere, right? Where we have DSP doesn't really do buses very much, but there will be sections of these like elevated construction lines, which is really entertaining to me. Lots of fixes your suggestion, yeah. Hey, Dord. Yeah, I'm really loving the Planet Crafter as well. I think it's a great game. I'm really having fun with it. The next couple of videos, there's some cool stuff going on in it as well. Okay. what are we doing next? I mean, we're kind of working our way up to the Science 3, which is still going to be a heckin' amount of work. I mean, it's mostly about automating lots of new stuff, but... Okay, so we have mineral rocks on the belt. We need to get xenoferrite ore and the mineral rocks to kiss. Now, kith. The xenoferrite ore we are extracting from the ground here. Now, a lot of it is being processed right away. What we could do is just pull some of this stuff off, bring it up into our little track. Yeah. And the nice thing about like a bus setup like this is you can bring in other sources, right? When this one runs dry, or if we're not getting enough throughput, then hopefully at some point we find another source of the minerals somewhere, and then we just hook it up to the bus. Ideally, you bring it into the same area. Maybe I don't know what the late game for this is. I don't know if there's the equivalent of trains or something like that to feed things on this. But yeah. So what I'd probably do here is set up a pair of balancers. This has already got a little sideways jog. What I can do is cut that out. Put a balancer here. And then similarly here, maybe cut that bit out. Put that there. And then just have these two merge into a relatively simple balancing setup. I don't know. Let's come out one tile, right? What we actually want is one above that. Oh, that's annoying. Shit. Okay, maybe I need to build the conveyors that way. Not up like this, but down like that. Because then from the ground level, I can go and put things in. I don't think I have elevators. I think people told me that elevators are a thing, but I don't think I have them yet. Hey, we could do these walkways. Here, let's build. Oh man, my inventory is full up. Lots of crap here. I mean, I'm guessing they work. Yeah, see, there's still the same issue in that I can't hang it off the edge of something that exists. I do like that it's got, like... You can click and drag it in any direction. I wonder if you can make little gates for it. And then you've got some nice railing. That's actually very satisfying. The problem is still... Say I delete you. And then I want to extend this. Okay, the walkways do have a mechanic for extending out. So just like these blocks, I can place it when I'm on top. See, I can place this one when I'm on top of it, which a lot of things I can't do. But it does work with the catwalks. Now, that's not the elevator question, but it's still really cool. Oh, but we've got a ladder for us getting up and down. I guess I could be using ladders instead of staircases to get up and down. That would make it a lot easier to plan my spacing. But I don't think I've got... I mean, it's not in this section here. I don't think I've got anything to elevate the material other than the current slopey thing. And this has got to be going up. So I think what I want to do that. Up a little. then take a corner. And then it's hard to judge the height. And then I can't just climb up on this because the problem is going to be that I can't extend off of this front bit. Okay, but we're figuring out things. And yeah, I bet you the ladders are going to be more convenient. This actually might be at the right level. I think it is. There you go. Again, this level. I think this one's too high. Officially, I'm going to say, I think the solution is not to have it this high. I think the solution is to have it at this height. And then do that. We should build ladders and see what they're like. I don't know if there's an easy way. I mean, I guess I can just go and dump it in here. There's some of that stuff. Control click, yeah. This is going to keep happening where I pick up some things that I don't really want to have in my inventory. What does a ladder feel like? Let's generate a few and see how they work. Can I connect there? Okay, I can. I bet you it connects to the catwalks too. It do. Oh. Whoop. Video game ladders and wonky physics. Name a more iconic pair. I mean, I guess there's no fall damage, so I don't have to worry about going down. Let's say jump off. Okay. It's mostly, if you face up and you hit W, you go up. S goes down. Okay, dismounting from ladder is fine. Climbing down ladder was awkward, but again, I guess I could just fall. And so let's build a few more catwalks and test the connection physics here. So let's say I'm on the ground. I've got some conveyor belt way up in the sky. My problem is, how do we get back up there? Do ladders work? Now that is very interesting. So, I mean, I can do this. Now that gets me up to the catwalk. There's still the problem here of getting on top of the stupid thing. Because I'm probably going to walk right off. There we go. It's very easy for me to just keep walking forward and walk right off. Here, there's still a problem that I can't... While I'm up here, I can't extend this, which is no good. So that continues to be a problem. Which one is the catwalk? Did I not have... Oh, over here. And I think the same is true in that I can't just catwalk off of this. No. So if the catwalk is our source... And let me build a catwalk off a random direction, which theoretically I can't actually do. If we have a random catwalk off into space. Okay, and then I'm like, all right, and pretend it's not connected to anything. Right, we have no way to get to this catwalk right now. I think I can ladder. There it is. That's actually perfect that way. It gets rid of the railing. Oh, that's interesting. This one has no railing, but I did build this first. Was it because it was at the end? Oh. Huh, that one went away. So, I understand. This ladder here is, I guess, inherently was sort of backwards. Okay, Well, I think the reason is if I want to start the ladder beneath it, I can't. Because here it's sort of backwards. It doesn't get rid of the protection. Here, this isn't beneath it. This is adjacent. And then it does work. And then it gets rid of the barrier. But the problem with it is then you're climbing up and over. Yeah, I was going to say, if I just keep holding W, I think I'll end up hopping over. So what you need to do is, again, sort of get here and be like, oh, I just want to hop up, over. But once that's built, if I remove this now, then the railing doesn't come back, which seems a little odd to me. So it almost feels like, oh, I didn't realize I got rid of the catwalk. It feels to me like the sequence to build this currently, there's probably another trick to it, but it feels like to me the sequence to build it right now is do this, which got rid of the railing, and then just remove that top bit. And now we have a situation where we can ladder up and very quickly walk onto the catwalk. It seems strange that I kind of have to do it this way, though. On the other hand, this does work nicely, because what happens is when you get up here, you just keep walking, but you're not going to fall off because you're hitting this railing all of a sudden. I mean, you're sort of doing it blind because you have to kind of keep looking up. I mean, I guess you don't have to look up all the way, as long as you're looking up a tiny bit. You know, still sort of, but it safely gets you up here. Now, the question still remains, is this a useful way for us to build our conveyors? And the answer to that is, yeah. While I'm on here, I still can't get a conveyor to just start. Now, if I already have one, now again, there's still the problem where if I'm on the conveyor, I can't continue it. But, I'm gonna fall off a lot. But I guess I can kind of alternate. All right, we'll extend the conveyor. And then at least this can very easily extend. They've got that mechanic working very nicely for the catwalk. And then I guess I go here and then do that. Okay. I'm not seeing a tremendous advantage to using the catwalk over using our normal little construction blocks, which can sort of kind of do the same way. I think the catwalks and the base blocks are semi-equivalent in terms of their usefulness for this, with the exception that the catwalk does come with a very convenient railing. Yeah, the advantage is not falling by mistake. It also looks a lot more sensible, right? If I go and destroy this ladder, does it put my... Oh yeah, it does put that back. Cool. I could also, like, out of comfort, it feels like double building us would feel great too. Yeah, then we get that OSHA compliance. All right. I'm kind of sold. The ladders help a lot, because building those stairs up and down was kind of annoying. We still have to deal with the conveyors. Oh, are you not able to control F this from here? A little too far for that. And the walkways are just 2 xenoferrite plates, I think, right? 3. Which is slightly more expensive. Oh, no. It's actually cheaper than the building blocks by a lot. Never mind. Okay, that's the other advantage. 3 plates versus 6 plates and 4 rods. Now, this doesn't transmit power, but that's fine. Okay. Catwalk lets you walk cats. Yeah, also, it's great for showing off our fashion. And being too sexy for our game. On the catwalk, yeah, on the catwalk. And do my little turn on the catwalk. And it's even more comfortable to disembark from these ladders if I do have like an extended bit like this, which we could just do. Okay. Oh, the blocks give you 10 per dose. You're right. Sorry, never mind. The catwalks are... Yeah, because it'll cost me 30 plates to make 10 of these. As opposed to 10 thingies that are about equivalent. So never mind. The catwalks are actually 3 times more expensive. Probably still better. For looks and for safety, probably still better. One of the things with these full blocks as well is sometimes they... Well, I guess if the stairs don't transmit power, there's probably not going to be any power on these full blocks. And in this case, for the construction, right, for my cement, I think that's where we're building. Our cement pond. I can just build this off of here right now. Although I'd have to get power up here. Ooh. So I need some blocks. I am slightly disoriented. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Boom. But yeah, now that this isn't the same level, now it is actually a problem. So one of the other things that's convenient about the catwalk is it will be easier for my walking surface and my conveyor to be at the same height. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a huge difference, because with these blocks here, right, if I go... Actually, I guess I can do it off this side. If I want a conveyor belt off of these, it hugs the bottom of the blocks. And therefore, they're not level to my construction area. Whereas, with the catwalk, if I want a conveyor adjacent to it, it's adjacent to the catwalk level, which is going to be more convenient. Now, in this case, I can just fix that. By just putting one more step like that. Yeah, you can unsnap it, but the unsnap isn't always super convenient to make everything work either. In that, that probably would have been the solve for this, for these blocks. If I unsnap you, and you see, I want it to snap to the building, but one block up. Oh, there we go. I can get it where I want by doing this with the unsnap, but it is a lot more fiddly. Mostly I'm finding another reason to justify using the catwalks, which I think I prefer for this anyway, and that just makes it work with the snap level. So then, if we want to build an aerial an aerial crusher setup, what's involved in this? All right, so we got a crusher here. So I go and put it here in some way. So it is going to need power up. And that is tricky, because this is quite a few blocks off the surface. Now, I can just go... Oops. And do this in this case. Oops. There. Now this block has power. The other thing I can do is if there... Oh, look at that. That's cool. Why is that glowing green? Is that the closest power pole to where I am? I mean, it is. Is that what it's showing me? Or range? Why is this one glowing green now? It's definitely not the closest. Maybe just when you're close enough to a power provider, it just happens to highlight green. That's just the way it works. It's definitely not something that was like inherently reachable or anything like that. So one of the things Well, hell, maybe these little mistakes would be quite helpful in this situation. But one of the things with this design, if I'm doing these aerial platforms, it would be nice if these aerial platforms were not so high that the power can reach. And actually, that is the case right now. I can do this and get the power up here. Well, what I need is a transformer, which I don't know if I have the ability to construct. Oh, I do. Actually, let me right-click that. We'll make 5. So now I don't have to rely on these blocks. I can just route power up here and do that, which is probably what I'm going to want to do, because a lot of these high platforms aren't going to be necessarily above a local power gen. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and delete this immediately. I guess if I had accidentally built platforms, too high up, we could still end up with like little step stools here for a power gen, which would be annoying. But now I don't need that. Dang it. All right, let's use the OSHA approved ladder. There we are. So this little flying block now has power despite being disconnected from the ground. And then we could go and pull off some outputs over here. So one of the things that's still a little bit of a question mark in terms... What? No, that's not what I meant to do. In terms of how you're supposed to do things in this game. Alright, so here... Just trying to yoink some of this material off the bus. That part is great. How do I yoink things off of this part? I guess what ends up happening, so this would be on a slope down. Sorry, slope down. It goes there. Make them in parallel. That'll look nice. Ooh, yeah, that's... I could put it here, but that's not what I'm looking to do. What I wanted is one block over. I turn off snap mode. I'm still kind of wrestling with it. Get it to be where I want in a controlled way. I guess putting the guides on the other bit seems to work, right? I bring this back there, and then get a compare next to there. Now it'll basically snap the way I want, because I can line it up on the other side. Okay. We'll figure out sort of a good language for constructing these things. Yeah, see, and then we're ending up with the problem where it's like, I can't drag the continuation. If I turn the snap mode off, can I get what I want? No, because it's like I need to be one square closer. Oh yeah, and this is backwards. That's true. Snap mode off. I still need to be one step closer. All right, well. Extend our catwalk out so we can reach the other side. It's entirely conceivable that this is not you know, the ideal way to bust in this game. Though there's something kind of entertaining about it. I see the idea is that we've sort of left ourselves a placeholder here, right? For another conveyor belt of something running through this area. Although that gets in the way, but that's okay. Right, so we've got everything we need over on this side of things. And then we do this. And then the crusher is here to make cement. Oh, this is the wrong thing. It's not mineral rock. I mean, that's fine because it's just another input. This is the already crushed stuff. Yeah, I think this is gravel that we've got on this. So we need to. It's just okay. Just we need to bust the other thing. I wanted the gravel on this as well. Hang on, I thought this was mineral rock. Yeah, again. Well, if I hold V, does it tell me what it is? No. Oh, there's a crusher. That's why I was confused. I thought I was pulling this off of the thing that came off the ground directly. Okay. So yeah, all we would be doing is we would be taking the actual mineral rock and then just running that as a separate line. Why does it fall down? Yeah, I do really want my top-down view. Although, since I feel things haven't changed that much in Factorio, I am actually feeling more like doing another session of DSP. I am getting a kind of a desire to play some, you know, slightly more 3D version of a factory building game. Oh, that's got to go up one more. Yeah. Is the right height? Yes. Yeah, we don't talk about a satisfactory in here. We don't say that word. There we go. Now we got this stuff. So we've got the gravel and the mineral ore. I really wish. So here, when you mouse over this stuff, it says pick up items from belt. I really wish it had the name of the object. Because, you know, at some point you play enough that you do start to recognize things on sight. Although, there's enough things that are maybe close enough that it's hard to tell. Yeah, I do keep hitting Q all the time. I use that constantly, old man. I constantly use Q to copy things. People have been offended with Satisfactory. People were offended by my very legitimate complaints about quality of life, feature set, especially a game that's been in early access for like 700 years at this point. At a certain point, early access is no longer an excuse. And Satisfactory long exceeded that limit and has tons of quality of life and content issues. At least the last time I played it. And I have no desire to play it again anytime soon. So, now what we're going to do is, I guess, actually remove this. Oh yeah, and then I'm going to run into the issue again where it's kind of hard to place this. So the thing to do is to extend this out, then cut out these two, then move to my safety area, do that, then Go. Get rid of the guide. And then have that loop around to reach this thing. In some fashion. They're going up, which is what we want. Whoop! Oh, thought it went too far. Okay, these catwalks are great, actually. Now that I'm like used to thinking about them, it's like, oh, I need to be able to reach to the side of something to look at it, to be able to place. It's fine. It's like, just go ahead, extend out your catwalk, and there you go. You've got the access. It actually might be easier to build than the foundation blocks, whatever they're called, the building blocks. Okay, so now I have to clean up this thing to get the gravel out of it. Good. You go straight from the splitter and twist above so you don't interfere with the parallel belt. Oh, you're right. Yeah, because now if I want to build a parallel belt, there would be an issue. Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're saying what we should do is go up either immediately here or in a little tick. Probably, yeah, actually, we probably have to extend a tiny bit because otherwise it's going to interfere with the back twist. Probably to there, then go up. I wonder if we can shave it a little tighter than this. Oh, I can't wait till we get a jetpack. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. And now it'd be like, yeah, we'd split it further back. Because then we could just connect directly up here without doing a curl around, without getting all spaghettified. I guess I could still do that. Oh, actually, that part is fine. I don't know how far back we've got to get. Now we've got an anti-gravity platform. Fine. Physics are only a suggestion. So this thing is still going to be the part that keeps going straight. So that goes there. Actually, that goes that way. And then we have you going up there. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be so much better. Good catch. I don't think I've got to go quite that far back. And then with my splitter, actually, it should snap properly because the natural snapping behavior, if I just follow this guide, will go there. And then we do that. And then we do that. Yeah, okay. That's much better to use. I mean, the only thing it'll interrupt is the little catwalk part over here, but that's fine. That's not actually an issue. In fact, I could tear down catwalks in areas I'm not working. Because these catwalks do properly snap to the side of these, I can just, whenever I need them, I can just build them. Okay, that works for me. Go. Sum that up. And confirm. There we go. This is functioning. Gonna make cement. Oh yeah, so people have said, do the catwalks have more build options? Let's take a look. 5. So these catwalks have their own stair mode. So now I don't have to carry a bunch of different things. Okay. We'd probably want to build ladders still. What are these ledges? Oops. You know what? They probably look quite interesting. On the catwalk itself. First of all, currently it's in platform mode. We're going to sell the little blocks. Excellent. So now, if I want to do this, oops, and edge outside corner. Oh. Oh, I see what this is for. It's for like ground level access. That's what these ledges are for. Yeah, okay. It's if for some reason we're doing a little bit of building on the ground. There you go. Cool. It's good for wheelchair accessibility as well. You know? There we are. This looks like a precursor to an elevator. We could probably hang a ladder off the edge. I don't know how much that would change anything. Would it feel better? Well, I guess one of the things is... No, it doesn't work because the way the ladder lines up isn't going to be helpful because it's a half block length. Right? I could build this ladder. Well, I mean, I guess it might be fine because I'm betting... I think we probably can't fall through this little half block, but maybe we can. Okay, we can't fall through it, but no. Oh, it definitely does a weird little physics jump there. So yeah, that doesn't help. Maybe it makes you jump, you know, the little ramp. But yeah, no, now I'm feeling very comfortable with the catwalk mechanics. And I think it's definitely the way you build this, which makes sense. I mean, they call it platform, right? Or they call it walkway. But conceptually, I think it makes great sense with what we're building here. And the fact that it has a built-in staircase is kind of neat. Let's actually give that a go for a sec. Should really be using the bulky race tool for this. I think it's the... Oh, there we go. I said the fence doesn't come back. But I guess it does eventually. Fence with a railing? Or stair with a railing? Oh. Put a little blocker. So I guess here you'd be like, okay, and then we'll go and build the platform. Like if you were ground level, you don't need it, but there you go. That's how you get rid of the fencing in the bits where you don't want it. Feels nice. Whee! I don't know if it's faster. I mean, going down is certainly a lot faster, but I can also... No, we do walk up the stairs a lot faster than the ladder. The difference is we need to accommodate the space and the planning, which is fine if you're starting from the top. Oh, here's an interesting question. How easy is it? Oh, and I bet you it is easy. Okay, this is a big win. Currently, there wasn't a very easy way for us to build downwards. For example, when we were trying to build the stairs off of either this or the building platform, like we can't. I had to start from the ground, and I didn't know how far away I had to start it for the angle to match. This is the big winning feature of this platform, because I can go and start it from here and just get it down to the ground. Bam. That's the big win. So we'll probably still use ladders in places where we, for whatever reason, we have a little bit of a tight space to navigate around horizontally. But otherwise, these are great. I might like it if the default behavior is on ground level. We don't need a railing at the end of a staircase. Hell, at the end of a staircase, we never need a railing. I mean, in some sort of conceptual sense, in this case, at the top of the later here, maybe. But I think the default, I would suggest, as a change to the game, is there any reason why it would be bad for the default behavior of the stairs to not have a railing on the ends? I think by default, you could probably not have a railing on the end of the stairs. I can't imagine a situation where you'd want one. Easily sidetracked. Well, part of this is like evaluating the game mechanic. This is not about sort of advancing the game right now. It's about, is this game good? Can it be improved? It's reached that stage of like, I like this game enough that now I'm invested in like, how do we make it as fun to play as possible? Are there changes we could suggest to people? I don't know how easy it is to contact the devs for the game, but it is published by Paradox, and it can sure as hell bug the crap out of them. We blocked that ladder there, but okay, I'm liking these catwalks. But also part of the thing is, if we're going to make extensive constructions using these platforms, these walkways, we have to have a good understanding of how they work so that we can use them to our best possible advantage. And that is now happening. Good. What stairs go down in a minute? I guess that would be like a good safety feature of, you know, have a railing on the end. But at the same time, like, why are you doing that and what's the point? Mostly it's when I go down and then it's like, oh wait, hold on. I got to do one more click. I've got to load this up again, right click, find the ledge, deploy the ledge. And then when I want to build again, change modes. Or, well, I mean, I suppose if I'm queuing, then I'm probably copying something existent, but... Because in this case, usually I won't have a ledge around to just hit Q, so it's going to be, hold on. I do this, right-click, go to the ledge, go, find it, put that there. But it doesn't happen that often, so it's probably okay. I'll probably develop some amount of muscle memory for it, so it's going to be fine. Anyway, we have cement now. I'm thinking of maybe stopping it here for the factory building. Yeah, if it touches the ground, the railing at the bottom should automatically not be placed there. I think that's probably a reasonable... Yeah. Like, I can sort of see why maybe the default for the walkways, which I don't have enough of. Man, I'm using a lot of these quite quickly. If you build the stairs onto the platform rather than the earth, would it change? Well, the earth part still will have a railing at the bottom. Like, ground level platform. Maybe it's okay for the default if it's got an adjacent earth block, but I can see lots of cases where maybe it turns out to be different. Yeah, the staircase is fine because the top part is fine. I mean, because there's no railing there. It knows that, right? Adjacent platforms are cool. It's just the bottom part, so then you got to go and do that to be able to walk comfortably up. It's cool. I like the Sky Factories a lot. They're like sort of weird and degenerate. One of the issues we will run into is the fact that these power cables sometimes will maybe get in the way. And then we'll be like, oh, hold on. All right, I got to move my power poles and connect them somewhere else. Although, big brain moment all of a sudden. Low agility, big brain moment. I guess we might still want one of our powered platforms because we can't, well, I mean, we can sort of put a power on this, or, I mean, we're going to have to leave some amount of space, I guess, is the idea for these power poles. Oh, interesting. Even here it hangs above. Huh. But I was going to say, like, what we could do is just run a whole series of power poles down our bus, right? That would be the thing. And then wherever we need power, we just pull the power off of that. There's the wall power sockets too, although it's not a wall transformer, it's a wall power pole. So we still need, the problem is we need the power line to reach this transformer. Power this platform. That's what it mostly comes down to. I'm going to keep playing this after the stream, though. Yeah, I think we have one row of this ground, just because it's the most convenient to put the power platforms, because those go really weird on the catwalks. Now, did we unlock the wall plug? I think we did, didn't we? I only have enough material for one currently. But what is it like to build with you? not flush there. And yeah, in a situation like this, like we can put it here, and then we've got the nubbin. I think we run into the same problem of if we extend... Oh, there we go. Like, why is it floating? But I guess that's the rotation. I mean, it would have clicked fine anyway. It would just look cosmetically weird. Yeah, so it doesn't snap there, so we have to position it kind of awkwardly. I mean, this probably connects to that just fine. But yeah, we'd have to find the right angle to make that setup work. P for transformer. No. Where's... Hold on. There it is. What if I do that? Right, that works. But then, yeah, it's still got the issue of if I need more platform after, then... No, it's only one little hole. Actually, that's very tolerable. And the advantage of taking this route this way is then we don't have to worry about exactly what kind of platforms we're running along the top here. On the other hand, the big power running along our bus, probably more convenient. Hard to know, but I think that's probably more convenient. Just connect the wire directly to the transformer. Well, I mean, which wire? That's... Yeah, we can do it from the ground, but then we've got the angle problem where it's like, sometimes it's a little fussier because it's sort of a diagonal line. If I do this to the transformer... Oh, I think the transformer still had its... Oh, it still had the connection to the wall nubbin. Yeah, see, I need more safety rails. Yeah, okay, so it still had that connection. Here to here. So now it's too far away as well, but I mean, that could be fixed. Like, if I was a little closer, then we do this. But then the issue comes, the diagonal connection becomes a little trickier to manage, and it's not as close. The nice thing about that is it was so tight that it's not occupying a lot of space, which might be a bigger win. But yeah, I think we probably end up just doing the thing where we have the power cables this way. No, we don't have it. We run it down here. I think that's probably the right way to do it. Yeah. And then we don't need holes. And the advantage of it as well is if we're not actually connected to anything real, right? No. Is if we decide to move the transformer. So let's say, so we have this, right? This goes as far as it can. And then we cancel this. I might have been able to build it further. That was actually the full range. Alright, so we have a chain of these. And then at some point it's like, okay, we do that. And the advantage of doing this way is if it turns out the transformer isn't in an ideal position for whatever work we're doing, then I can just move it. Because it's like, oh, you know what? We have to put another assembler right here. Then I move the platform down. I drop the transformer over here. Which I can never find. There's the transformer. And then just reconnect it. And then we're not have to worry about like weird angles coming from below, poking holes. It's much better. Yeah, I think we have to have the power running on top of the bus. Otherwise, we're going to have a tremendous amount of power. Limit the amount of power you can run a cable. As far as we know, the high voltage cables, these over here, don't have a limit. The individual platforms we're on, I think, has a 5 megawatt limit, which would never be touched by this. Now, these power cables aren't actually connected to anything on the ground currently. So at some point, that would have to happen. But now the entire bus would be electrified. And we can make as many of these sky platforms as we want. I think bus cables makes more sense. I think we had to give it some think. You know, we got to pro-con things because these are big projects, right? And we're sort of creating a blueprint for something that's got to scale to massive amounts. I also think that, yeah, this was definitely the right way to do the split here. Which means they're not aligned the same way. Well, they sort of could be. Originally, my original design had the splitters exactly parallel to one another, but that's probably kind of silly on my part. Yeah, all right. Add additional transformers to be platform. Oh, really? Can we put 10 megawatts on one platform with 2 transformers? We can. Oh, well, shoot. Okay. So there's no limit to how much power can run on a local platform. Cool. And it looks kind of neat, actually. I think it looks really cool. All right, I think we're gonna go and wrap up this part of the stream right now. You're just here for the Foundry. I mean, we didn't necessarily progress the plot that much, although we did. We got some much more advanced power, and you know, we're figuring out the next scalability. We're gonna go and switch to some multiplayer. We're gonna do some Dota Underlords in Squish. Next Monday and Wednesday is gonna be more Terra Invicta. Next Saturday, I don't know what it will be. Probably something new. We'll probably shake it up a little bit. And if you were just here for the Foundry, hey, that's cool. But hopefully you'll stick around for the multiplayer. We had some fun with that. We'll jump into some Dota Underlords and we'll beat the living crap out of each other. Yeah, we got the steam plant building. That was cool. Our little watery thing over here. Dota Underlords is free. It's a quick download. Anyone can join in. Holes in the bus on the train. Yeah, I know. The first line wasn't where I continued it. We clearly would have to fix. That would not be optional. We would have to fix that. What's the efficiency on these? I guess it doesn't give us an efficiency number. 100% efficiency. So presumably between the steam turbine and this, it's close to 100% efficiency, or maybe the turbine could be 100% efficiency. The steam engine, as long as it's above 80%, it's still ahead of our burners, but it might be 100% over here. Hell, it might be better. We might be getting like more bang for our buck from generating the steam from this because it's using both the water and the coal. I don't know how many like megawatts. It's not entirely accurate the way to say it. It would be more like joules in this case. Yeah, I don't know how many megajoules of energy we're getting out of each lump of coal by going through this whole steam setup versus running it into the burner. We know we know the basic burners are 70% efficiency, and the regular burners are 80% efficiency. We don't know what the efficiency is here. So numbers-wise, each steam turbine needs its own boiler. Okay, well, I mean, that's one thing. But the problem is I don't know the power conversion rate that is happening in the boiler itself because it doesn't have an efficiency rating. Yeah, energy fuel requirement 3.6 megajoules per second. And I guess the question is, because it's outputting 360 liters per second of steam, and then what we'd have to do is how many megajoules are we getting from the steam versus anything else? Because its output is talked about in watts, and I don't know how that math works, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna switch over. Dang it. Snack, a beverage? Maybe I should get a beverage. I don't know. We'll jump into the Doodle Underlords, and we'll do that. Watts are joules per seconds. Are they? Freaking metric system where everything just works out all the time. I had hoped when I saw the numbers, I was like, I kind of hope that's the situation, but I don't actually know. Some of the electrical values are weird, right? Some of the standard electrical units don't necessarily map to, one-to-ones or thousands-to-thousands ratios. Have you tried Songs of Sticks? Yeah, I've got some Songs of Sticks on the YouTube channel. Yeah. Because, like, with electrical stuff, sometimes you run into things like, is it like coulombs and things like that? Because, our system of, like, our volts, watts, joules, all those are sort of arbitrarily taken. They don't represent a specific number of electrons moving through. Like, they don't map to a round number of electrons moving through something, I don't think. To be fair, the meter's the same way, right? The definition of a meter is arbitrary. Wasn't it originally designed as designated as some number of meters, the distance from the equator to the pole? I think it's been redefined now to like a multiple of a wavelength, just to try to make it more so you don't need a definitive meter. The kilogram was the same problem, is that there was an official definitive the kilogram, and now I think it's defined as a certain number of like cesium atoms or something crazy like that. But the point is that it's the conversion. The whole thing with SI units is they convert from one thing to another. A speed of light moves in certain time. Oh, that's right. Meters are defined via speed of light. Because it's like we'd measure the speed of light as like 300,000 meters a second? Kilometers a second? Kilometers an hour? And one of those. I want to say 300,000 meters per second. I feel like I'm off by several orders of magnitude. Anyway, so it was defined as this, and the meter I think has been reversed defined as a meter is 1/300,000th, the 300 millionth. Yeah, so it's 300,000 kilometers per second. Therefore, 300 million meters per second. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm off by the triple zeros. Anyway, and then we've just reverse engineered the meter. The definition is the other way around, where it's 1/300 millionth of the distance that light travels in a vacuum. Which is cool. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna wrap up here. We're playing some Dota Underlords. We're gonna beat the shit out of each other. Get some stress out, right? Now, it's possible that this will continue as a YouTube series. What I can see myself doing is playing this game for fun. It's insane. It rarely happens that I play games just for fun. I'm always stressed. I'm like, I must be recording this. But I can see myself doing that and then giving occasional updates and tours, right? Something like that. All right. But yeah, for now, let's go and switch off. And again, if you were just here for the Foundry, hey, that's fine. I get it. And I'll see you on Monday, hopefully for Terra Invicta. But yeah, let's go punch each other in the face. Ooh, Essential sending me some cool art stuff. We'll check out later. And Dota Underlords. So let me change up the MooBot. Essentially, if you are around and you can do the what game, that would be cool. But I'll get the title and whatnot. Oops. I think I copied something.